So this is the ARC product market fit framework. If you're like me and you have 20 different ideas for new ventures, you can use this to better assess which one is worth pursuing. There are three types of product market fit. There's hair on fire, there's hard fact, and there's future vision. We're going to go through all three of them. So with hair on fire, you're building a product that solves an immediate pain point that a customer has, which means that you have a lot of competition and you need to figure out a differentiated way to provide a best-in-class solution. It also requires a really strong go-to-market motion. You basically need to out-compete and out-accelerate your competition. One of my favorite examples of hair on fire strategy being executed perfectly is Parker Conrad and Rippling. HR technology is obviously a very competitive space. They started with a unified database HR solution. Their technical advantage on the product side allowed it to be really easy for us to switch and to recognize the longevity of working with them. So the hard fact path is when you try and solve a problem that is essentially the status quo. Customers don't even know that they're able to solve this problem. They kind of just accept it as a hard part of life. And so with that said, the challenge is really overcoming a force of habit. While on this path, you're going to face a less crowded market. Less people will be building for this non-obvious solution. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of latent demand that you can unlock if your approach is innovative and it's clear. One of the pitfalls of this path is that you're addressing a really important market, but your product just doesn't kind of make it worthwhile enough to solve. The typical examples here are something like Uber offering an entirely novel way to get from point A to point B rather than taxis, clear pain point that people had, accessibility for cabs. They capture a tremendously large market. So the last path is the future vision, where you're enabling a totally new reality through some sort of innovation. This path is the hardest because there are so many risks of just not delivering. It also has the biggest payoff if it's done right. And in this particular situation, customers aren't trying to even solve this problem. They don't even know it exists. It's not something that they think is part of their life. They haven't even thought about it at all. So for a product and a company to succeed in this market, customers need to think that the product is so irresistible that they're willing to take the leap of faith and try it. OpenAI is my favorite example for the future vision path. They started with the mission to create AGI for the benefit of humanity. These guys started as a nonprofit, but early on in their journey, they realized the cost to compute was going to be really expensive. So they converted to a for-profit organization, came with some expectations, one being revenue generation. So on the road to AGI, they launched and commercialized ChatGPT, instantly found product market fit, accrued billions of dollars in subscription revenue by delivering a product that, people found irresistible. So those are the three paths, and these things are dynamic. So different product launches can achieve different types of product market fit. Apple started as a future vision, revolutionizing personal computers, and then they addressed the need for more accessible personal computers with the iMac, and then they jumped back to future vision, introducing the iPhone. So you see how different product launches can have different sorts of product market fit, and companies can kind of navigate the different avenues. Hopefully you can use these to kind of figure out what makes sense for your business.